Well, an investigation is underway after a dog was found in Plantersville suffering from an extreme case of abuse and neglect.
We wanted to warn you, some of these photos are disturbing, but as you'll see in this report by Allie Martin, the community is rallying around the dog who is being cared for at the Tupelo Lee Humane Society.
This is Peanut. He is one of the newest residents at the Tupelo Lee Humane Society. Staff say Peanut is doing surprisingly well considering what he's endured.
The dog had an embedded collar on its neck with a lot of infection.
Plantersville Animal Control Officer Jason Lessel was called to the town hall Wednesday after a city employee discovered the injured dog near the fire department. Lessel brought the dog to the Humane Society for evaluation and treatment. We won't show the most graphic photos, but Officer Lessel says it appears the dog had been restrained for a long time to cause such severe injuries.
To be that bad, it's going to be several months for it to get that bad. So someone knew that dog had a collar on it that shouldn't have been on it that tight.
The Humane Society will take Peanut to a local vet to make sure he's getting the best possible medical care. In the meantime, an investigation is underway to try and find the dog's owner and get to the bottom of what happened.
Somebody should know something as friendly as this dog is.
A fundraiser to help cover Peanut's medical care is also in the works.
It'll be very expensive for this dog because he may have to have surgery to get the collar off, and then we're going to have to, do continuous antibiotics and other things probably to get the infection and stuff off of this dog and get his neck healed before. So that's going to take a long time before they can get this dog adopted.
Officer Lessel says the suspect or suspects could face felony charges. Telling your story in Plantersville, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
If you have any information on the case or the fundraiser, you are asked to call Officer Lessel at the Plantersville Town Hall. You can find that number on our website.
All right, so Winona city leaders are taking action after Animal Control Officer Ricky Johnson abandoned a stray dog in Carroll County. Now, this incident sparked outrage on social media, leading to multiple complaints to the organization in defense of animals. Now, in response, the Board of Aldermen voted to place Johnson on a 90-day probation. Johnson says the city pound is overcrowded and he was just trying to avoid euthanizing the animal, calling it a tough decision not an act of malice. Mayor Aaron Dees says this is Johnson's first offense and plans to review and update current animal control policies. Dees added that Johnson has taken responsibility and expressed regret for his actions.
I'm just glad that today in closed session we had a board that came together and made the right decision. Our decisions impact everybody. It impacts not only those in our community, but people in other communities. So I think they made the right decision based on the information we had at hand.
I have a heart to take care of these animals, but I was in a predicament where I didn't know. I panicked and I made a bad decision, and I asked God for forgiveness for it, and I know He's going to forgive me. I'm grateful for the decision and what happened. And it's just a learning lesson.
Now, the person who reported it said it was not the first time that the animal control officer, they gave us 2 addresses where dogs had been dumped off. I don't doubt the dogs have been dumped because the pressure has been on this animal control officer and rescuers across the state not to euthanize. No kill is the big deal right now. It gets funding. People want to give their money to a group that isn't killing.
And renovations are underway for a bigger animal shelter.
Conditions are staying clear and calm for our Thursday night. Just off to our southwest, a few very light clouds moving out of Louisiana and into the southern portions of Mississippi. But for our northeastern corner, not a whole lot to go on tonight. Temperatures are still relatively mild, anywhere from the middle 40s to the middle 50s. 46 currently In Oxford, it's 53 now. In West Point, Aberdeen, Tupelo, both at 54. Starkville at 55. The Air Force Base now at 53, just like West Point. Temperatures will fall out of the 50s into the 40s over the next several hours, heading towards the upper 30s by around 10 p.m., looking to be at about 39 with that continued mostly clear sky. As we continue through towards the end of our week and into the weekend, rain is on the way, and then colder air will be quickly rushing in. Marcus.
Thank you so much, Ashley. Well, having to start over can be a challenge for anyone, especially when it comes to replacing important documents. ID cards and other forms of records and legal documents can get destroyed when Mother Nature strikes, so it is important to know what to do if you need to replace them.
Our Kamari Hamer joins us live in the studio with more. And Kamari, you talked with a tax professional about how to recover those important pieces of paperwork.
That's right, I sure did, Grace. And she says there are some steps to take if you lose your records to Mother Nature's wrath, but those steps will require a little backtracking. Whether it's a tornado or a fire, if your home is destroyed, chances are so are many of your important documents.
It's really sad, but it's a lot when you lose everything.
Brenda Martin owns M&M Tax Services. She says the first place to start is replacing any forms of identification, Social Security card, passports, and of course, your driver's license.
They'll need to go through your driver's license place to go back and, a lot of stuff you got to backtrack, if your house burned up.
Your next steps should be to replace things like your W-2s. Martin also says you should be sure to contact your tax agency so that you have all the proper paperwork to be able to file your taxes.
If they use a tax company, they need to go to that tax company and get a copy of it. If they did it themselves, they need to go and try to get a transcript. The transcript will have all, what they filed, the deductions and everything. Another way you can do it, you have to go online and set up your online account. And then you could print it off there, and that'll be instantly. So either one of those would be a good thing to do.
Failing to do these things could cause you even more headache, especially on tax deadline day.
If you don't file your taxes, you can be stuck with a fine failure to file. Then you be excess interest and penalties.
Now, Martin also says you should fill out a 4506 form to get a copy of your actual tax form from the IRS.